Hello, welcome to Bottoms Down, Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol. I'm so glad you've joined us. Today is day 22 of our 30-day around the body journey together. We are starting the third time through the various body areas and will focus on poses to open our heart, like standing camel pose. This class was originally created over 3 years ago, and you'll see some differences. Let's experience our chair yoga practice as a community together. Hello and welcome to Bottoms Down, Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol. I'm so glad you've joined us today. We're coming to you from our YouTube channel, Bottoms Down Chair Yoga. And if you haven't already, if you would click that subscribe button, we would really appreciate it. It's free, lets you know when new videos are posted, and it helps us out. And if you haven't left me a comment, I would love to hear from you. All right, so we're going to get started today. We're only going to need our chair and a yoga strap. Now, if you don't have a yoga strap, you can substitute like a men's tie. You can substitute a belt or a scarf, anything that's kind of, got some length to it. And if you don't want to use the strap, that's fine too. All right, if you have your strap, we're going to go ahead and just place it back underneath our chair, kind of get it out of our way for right now, and we'll be coming to that soon. All right, let's get started. We are going to move forward in our chair. So no leaning back, right? We want to sit up nice and tall. And I want you to go ahead and lift your heart. So the minute we lift our heart, what do you feel? You feel your abdominal muscles engaged, don't you? You feel these belly muscles engaged. So you will hear me cue a lot during class. Belly button to spine, lift your heart. This is the feeling that I want you to have anytime I remind you to pull that belly button in. This is the feeling that I want you to have, okay? Now the next thing we're going to do is lower those shoulders down out of the ears. So we tend to kind of have those shoulders inching up, and I want you to really concentrate on pulling those shoulders down. Next thing we're going to do is what we call grounding in yoga. So I want you to think about grounding your feet to the floor. So we kind of have those 4 pressure points in both of our feet. It's behind the big toe, behind the little toe, and we have 2 points of the heel. And I want you to think about having all 4 of those points equally weighted in both of your feet on the floor, okay? So we're kind of grounding those feet. Next thing I want you to think about are your sits bones. There are these pointy bones we sit on, and I want you to have equal weight in both of those sits bones. So we're not leaning one way or the other. We have those sits bones grounded to the chair. All right, now we're going to take our hands and we're going to flip up palm to the ceiling and place them lightly on the thighs. Again, I comment on this. If you like a mudra, do a mudra. If you don't like, that's just a kind of a finger placement. And this one particularly is for energy. So if you're going to do one, I would do this one. But if you don't want to do those, it's okay too. It doesn't matter. Let's take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, just let your eyes close. And begin to just focus on your heart center. Let go of everything outside of the room. This time is just for you. Feel your natural inhalation and exhalation. And just notice that breath, right? We breathe autonomically all day long. This is your opportunity to just kind of focus in on that breath. Go ahead and deepen that breath. Inhaling a little more deeply. Exhaling a little more completely. Now we're going to add our yoga breath, that belly breath, that diaphragmatic breath. As you inhale, fill the lungs from the bottom up, the belly extends. As you exhale, pull the belly button to the spine and actively push the air up and out of the lungs. Do that a few times at your own pace. And breathe normally. We're going to do that one more time. This time, see if you can make your exhalation longer than your inhalation. Go ahead at your own pace. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intention for today's practice. Focus in on what you want to accomplish. One more breath. Bring your hands back down to your thighs and open your eyes. How does that feel? Let's drop our right ear to our right shoulder. So we're just feeling that nice stretch in the neck. So go ahead and take the right hand, and I just want you to lay it lightly on the head. Don't pull, don't tug. Just, it's resting there very, very gently. And let's go ahead and take that opposite arm out at a diagonal to your side. Palm is facing down. All right, now in that left hand, flip that palm up to the ceiling. Oh yeah, little difference, right? At least I feel it. I feel a little difference from when my palm is down or up. All right, now listen. Take that left hand out first. Take the right hand off of the head. And now lift that head up. And if you need to help it, it's okay. Oh boy, quite a stretch, isn't it? Roll those shoulders. Oh yeah, up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. And let's reverse it. And we're going to do the other side. All right, are we ready? Let's let that left ear fall towards that left shoulder and just kind of hang out here for a couple of breaths. And hey, this may be where you want to stay, and it's okay, right? But if you want to be with me, I'm going to bring this left hand up and I'm just going to lay it lightly on my head. Oh boy, I'm not pulling, I'm not tugging, it's just resting there, but I feel it. Take the opposite hand out to the side, palm is facing down first. Now if you want to flip that palm up to the ceiling, go for it, your choice. Oh my goodness, this side is tighter for me. One more breath. All right, let's take that right hand out first. Take the left hand off of your head next, and then lift that head up. You can help it if you need to. Oh boy, let's roll those shoulders. Yeah. And reverse it. Very good. All right, let's just go ahead and look over that right shoulder. And let's look center and look over that left shoulder. And look center. Now we're going to look over that right shoulder one more time. Just see if you can take it a little further, but gently. We're warming up. And let's go ahead and look center, and we're going to look over the other side and take it just a little deeper, just a little bit. We're looking over that shoulder and look forward. Let's roll one shoulder at a time this time. And reverse it. Nice. All right, very, very good. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is called a chin tuck. tuck. I want to turn to the side so you can see me a little bit better. You stay facing me, okay? So what we're going to do is I want you to just sit up nice and tall, just like we've been doing, all right? And I want you to take your finger and I want you to place it on your chin, okay? See what I got going there? My finger's just here on that chin. Now, I want you to take your chin away from your finger. So don't move your finger. I want you to take your chin away from the finger. You see what I'm doing? It's called a chin tuck. All right, now let's come back. Go ahead and touch that the chin to the finger again. And we're going to do that one more time. Are we ready? Take a deep breath in first. And then as you exhale, bring that chin back. It's a nice stretch for the back of the neck. All right? Go ahead and bring it forward and release. How did that feel? That's kind of a nice one, isn't it? A little chin tuck there. Okay, so the next stretch, what we're going to do is we're going to pin some muscles. So I know it sounds kind of freaky, but just take your right hand and right underneath your collarbone, I want you to put your fingers right there, and there's a kind of a band of muscles right there, and I want you to hold that in place, okay? So I'm pressing pretty hard to hold those muscles in place, so I don't want them to move for the next section. Now you're going to take your nose and you're going to track it up to the ceiling, the same side, right? So it's your left side, and you're going to track that nose up, and you're going to kind of look over your back shoulder. Do you feel those muscles trying to pull? So I want you to pull them down, hold them, and as you look up, you might get a little stretch in those muscles that come down and through the neck. One more breath. All right, we're going to release that and keep your hand right here. Ready? Engage those muscles again. Now this time that nose is going to track down over that shoulder. Do you feel it? Oh my goodness, I feel those. I don't know about you, but I do. All right, let's come up and release it. Now we're going to do the other side, okay? So now we're going to take this hand right under that collarbone, right there. You've got this muscles. There's more than one, but it's you can just think about it as a big muscle right there, all right? And we're going to hold that. We're going to pin it, all right? So take your nose and you're going to track it up to the ceiling over that shoulder. See if you can look back behind you a little bit until you feel that stretch. Oh my goodness. One more breath. All right, bring that everything forward. You can relax for just a moment. Now engage that again. This time our nose is going to track down to the floor over that shoulder. I feel this one the most. I don't know about you guys, but that looking down, and if I really hold that down and don't let those muscles move, I really feel a good stretch there. And we're going to release. Let's roll those shoulders again. All right. All right, we're going to move to our mountain pose. So we're going to start here. Remember, you can be right here if you want to. Belly button is tight. If you want to add on, we're going to extend that mountain up to the ceiling. Stretch it up, trying to touch the ceiling with those fingertips. All right, are we ready? Let's bring that right hand down to the chair. Let's lengthen through that left side, and we're going to lean. Now hold on to the chair is fine, right? You're supporting yourself. So I want you to deepen into that lean as much as you can, keeping that opposite hip down, right? So just stretching through, feeling that stretch all the way from the hip bone, all the way out that pinky finger. Really feel that, okay? All right, let's come up and we're going to do the other side. So let's start in that mountain pose. And remember, if you have shoulder issues, you can stay right here or you can come to goalpost arms. And you can do the same kind of thing with that goalpost arms, right? But if you're with me, we're going to extend those arms up to the ceiling. Shoulders are down. Belly is tight. Bring this hand down. Extend up and lean. Oh boy, I feel that one. One more breath and down we go. Let's roll those shoulders. Oh yeah. and reverse it. All right, let's place our hands lightly on our thighs, elbows are wide. We're just going to move into a little cat and cow here to warm things up. So here we go, belly button to spine, round the shoulders, tuck the chin, let the head fall, looking at your belly button. We're going to lift that heart up, thumbs to the back wall. Ha, there's that cow pose, excuse me. Let's do that again. Cat pose. And lift it up into cow pose. We're going to add the breath. We're going to inhale into cow, and we're going to exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Let's inhale into cow and exhale into cat. Beautiful. Go ahead and roll those shoulders. Very nice. All right. So we're going to do some full body circles. We're going to place our hands on our thighs, and we're going to let ourselves rock to the right. Do you feel that? So again, it's kind of like a leaning mountain. We're kind of mixing leaning mountain, cat and cow, kind of all together here. So we're going to keep this hip down. Now I want you to come forward. Place your hands here on those thighs for support. And then we're going to come around to the other side. Now here's the key. Don't skimp on this back part, right? I want you to lean back. Get that belly tight. Now, if you're too close to the back of your chair, you may need to move forward a little bit so that you can really activate the belly as you come back, right, into this back part. So we want it to be slow so that we're really working those belly muscles, and then we're going to reverse it. There we go. I'm not going fast, am I? On purpose. I want you to feel all the stretching happening, all the muscles warming up, everything happening. So take it nice and slow through our body circles. Don't skimp on that back part, remember. One more. Let's go all the way to the back. And from here, pull that belly in and lift up. Very good. Is everybody feeling good? Feeling warmed up a little bit? Okay, let's do a little bit of warm up for those legs. So we're going to do our crescent lunge. We're going to take our right knee and we're going to open it wide. Now our left knee is going to fall down towards the floor. And remember, this could be a version that you want to stay in with that knee straight down. And that's fine. But if you want a little bit more, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push my foot back behind me. I'm up on my back toes, and I'm trying to lengthen through the leg just a little bit. You should feel it right here, right in that front leg and the front hip flexor. Let's go ahead and look over that bent knee and breathe. All right, we're going to release that, and we're going to do that one more time. Here we go. Lifting that heart up, breathing into it, feeling the stretch in the front of that leg, and release. All right, let's face forward. Now, I want everybody, if you have your strap, I want you to go ahead and grab that strap. And we're going to place it right here in our lap because we're about to use it. Okay, so we're going to come into our pyramid pose. So we're going to extend that left leg out in front of us, toes to the ceiling, all right? So lift up first, hinge forward, and feel that stretch on the back of the leg. So the key to this pose, to maximizing the stretch, is keeping the back flat, all right? All right, let's go ahead and come up, and we're going to do that one more time. Extend and hinge. Beautiful. All right. Now keep that leg right where it is. Grab your strap or tie or scarf or belt or nothing. You can keep doing what we were just doing. But if you're with me, I'm placing that strap under the ball of my foot. Not the arch of my foot, but the ball of my foot, okay? And all I'm going to do is I'm going to extend the spine long, and then I'm just going to walk my hands down the strap ever so gently, pulling So this does two things. The first thing is it gives you a little more flex in that foot. And the second thing is you can maximize the stretch in that hamstring, the back side of that body, of that leg. All right, let's walk back up. Go ahead and remove that strap. And if it doesn't bug you too much, you can leave it in your lap. If it's gonna bug you too much, just go ahead and set it down and we'll come back to it on the other side, all right? So it's your choice. I'm gonna set mine down because I think it's not gonna stay in my lap. I move too much. All right, let's go ahead and do the other side. So we're gonna take this leg and we're gonna open it nice and wide first, right? Okay. This opposite knee is going to fall down towards the floor in a beautiful crescent lunge. And remember, this could be your version right here. I'm looking over that front knee and I'm good to go. If you want more, I'm going to push that foot back behind me, right? Lifting my heart, looking over that front leg, feeling a pretty good stretch in the front side of this leg back here. Let's go ahead and release that stretch and we're going to do it one more time. Ha, right? Remember, belly is tight, heart is lifted, shoulders are down. We're just breathing natural. Don't worry about the yoga breath. Just breathing. One more breath. And let's release that and let's face forward. Okay, so we're going to do that pyramid pose. So I'm going to go ahead and reach down and grab my strap so that I have it. So when we get to that part, I'm good to go. All right, so right leg extends out, toes to the ceiling. So we want that foot flexed, but don't lock out the knee. We want the leg straight, but we don't want the knee locked. We're going to extend the spine long, keep the back flat, and let your heart fall forward. All right, so kind of look up at me if you can. That's going to help you keep that back flat. So we're not rounding, right, like we do in cat pose. I want you to keep the back flat. And breathe. All right, let's go ahead and lift up. And we're going to do that one more time. Extend the spine long. Let the heart fall forward. Feeling the back of the leg stretching. All right, up we go. Now, grab your strap. Or if you don't have your strap, you're just going to do that same. I'm sorry, my nose is itching. I'm trying not to scratch it. And we're going to do that same thing and use your strap this time, right? We're going to hook it over the foot to the ball of the foot. And if you want to, you can hold your strap, maybe one strap in each hand or hold both in one hand, or you can hold on to your thigh with one hand. It's all good, right? There are options. But the first thing I want us all to do is lift your heart up first, extend the spine long, pull that belly button to the spine, hinge forward, and then walk your hands down that leg or down that strap, right? You've got options on where you want to put that other hand. And we're just breathing here. We're breathing into it, just your natural breath. One more breath, and we're going to walk it up nice and slow. All right, go ahead and remove your strap. And let's place our strap under our chair. We're going to come back to that in a moment. Let's grab a sip of water, and we'll move to the next section. All right, we are now going to move into a crescent lunge again. This time we're going to be adding on. So we're going to take that right knee and we're going to open it up nice and wide, and then we're going to let that left knee fall down towards the floor. Remember, this version is great. If you want a little bit more, we're going to push that foot back behind us, kind of extending the back of the kneecap towards the ceiling and feeling a pretty good stretch here in the front of this leg. Okay, so facing over that front knee, bring your hands to your heart. So we're going to take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, we're going to extend those hands up to the ceiling. Now, take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, I want you to bring your arms to goalpost arms and try to squeeze your shoulder blades behind your back. We're looking up just slightly, okay? So breathe here. I'm going to show you here in just a second. Let's bring those hands back down to heart and release it. Okay, so I want you to look at me real quick. Don't do this one. I just want to show you real quick. So what we did, we came here, we went up, and we went into that goalpost arms, and we squeezed. Now, I'm looking up, but I don't ever want you to just let the head go and look up, okay? So don't ever do that with your neck. It's not good. What's happening is I'm extending my spine, and my head is just a natural extension of that spine. You see what's happening? As I'm looking up, I'm kind of getting that heart opening, and that's what we're looking for in this pose, all right? So let's do that one more time on that side. Here we go. Knee down, push that foot back behind you, bring those hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, we're going to extend those hands up to the ceiling. Inhale here. On an exhale, bring those arms to goalpost arms. Extend up and look towards the ceiling. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind your back for a full heart opening. One more breath and release and face forward. How did that feel? All right, you're beginning to feel a little bit of that heart opening. I call it heart opening. We're really stretching through the chest and the shoulder muscles. All right, let's do the other side. Let's open it up nice and wide first. Okay, now we're going to let that knee fall down. We're going to push that foot back behind us. Bring your hands to your heart. All right, everybody good here? You got your position with that leg, your hands at heart. Here's the part there. We're adding on. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, hands to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, bend those elbows, move those shoulders back. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind your back. Look up slightly. Breathing here, just your natural breath. Don't worry about that yoga breath. One more breath, release it. All right, we're going to do that one more time. Are we ready? Here we go. Take that knee, put it in the position you want it. Maybe you can stretch it a little bit more now, right? We're warming up. We're getting maybe a little more flexibility in that front of that leg and that hip flexor. See if you can. All right, bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, hands to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, we're going to look up at that ceiling. We're going to squeeze those shoulder blades behind our back. We're breathing. One more breath and release and face forward. Whew, how does that feel? Everybody pretty good? All right, so the next series I just call a heart opener. I don't know that there's a fancy name for it or anything, or a Sanskrit name. But what I'm going to do, I want to show you from the side. I want you to continue facing me. I'm going to turn to the side a little bit here so you can see me a little bit better as to what I'm doing. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hands, I'm going to place them on the back of my chair. You see that? And they're in the seat of the chair, behind me, but on the seat of my chair. Now, I'm looking forward, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to begin to lift my heart up, and I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades behind my back, and I'm looking up. So it's similar to what we just did in our crescent lunge with our arms. However, one more breath, pull that belly button in, come around, and come down into a child's pose. So in your child's pose, your arms are going to be on your, I'm going to finish my thought here in just a second. In a child's pose, we're going to come forward and we're going to let our head fall and tuck the chin, okay? So what I was saying is, the little bit of difference that you will feel in this heart opening pose with your hands on the chair, let's come back up, versus what we just did with crescent lunge is you can squeeze your shoulder blades behind you just a little bit more, all right? So see if you can do that. Here we go. Place the hands on the back of the chair. We're going to lift the heart first, all right? Do you feel the belly engaging the minute that heart lifts? Do you feel it? Right? Pull those belly button to the spine. Now, I want you to just squeeze your shoulder blades behind your back. You can get a little more squeeze, can't you, with your hands in this position. That's the only difference between what we were doing a minute ago with those goalpost arms. We're looking up slightly. We're not letting that head go. We're squeezing. We're squeezing. One more breath. We're going to release it, and let's come back into that child's pose. So my hands are just resting. My arms are resting on my thighs, and I'm just kind of letting my head hang out. And if you are so inclined and you really want to move forward with this one, let your heart fall a little bit further, right? All right, roll it up slowly. Beautiful. Okay, so now the add-on to that heart-opening pose is our shoulder, our hand, or our arm position, shoulder position, kind of all of it. So if you want to keep doing what we were just doing, that is absolutely fine. But if you want to add on with me, what we're going to do is we're going to take our hands, they're out to the side, my palms are facing in, okay? So your palms should be facing me, or the TV, or whatever you're looking at, your computer. Bend your elbows and just lightly place those hands behind the head. You see what I did there? So now my fingers are not interlaced, right? Just have your head resting there. Actually, you know what? I've changed my mind. I want to do this one arm at a time, so I want you to take that left arm down first. We're going to start with the right arm. And I want you to just squeeze through. All I'm doing is I'm trying to push this elbow back to the back wall, all right? But don't twist. So we want to twist, right? I don't want you to do that. I want you to keep your hips forward. And all I want you to do is take that shoulder back. Oh my gosh, do you feel that? Holy cow, there's a lot of stretch in that shoulder. Oh yeah, one more breath. Bring that shoulder forward, or that elbow forward, and bring it down. And let's do the other side. So I'm just going to take that hand out. Palm is facing towards me, towards the camera, or towards the TV, whatever you're watching. We're going to bend that elbow, put that hand back behind the head. Now, I want you to just take your elbow and move it. Don't let these hips move. They want to, right? Everything wants to twist. Keep everything centered and just let that elbow be the one thing that moves. Oh my, what a stretch. All right, take that out and put it down. Okay, go ahead and roll those shoulders a couple of times. Now, you can keep doing that same thing, one arm at a time. But if you want to move with me, we're going to do both. So here we go. Palms facing in, arms are wide, bend the elbows, place the hands behind the head. Now here we go. We're trying to kind of touch our elbows behind us. Wow. Feel it? Heart opening, stretching. One more breath and release and roll those shoulders. Whew, I know that's a pretty intense one for me. Very, very good. Okay, so now we're going to move into a seated camel pose. Again, I'm going to show you from the side. We just kind of have a lot going on with movement in our back, and it's hard for you to see what I'm doing. You can't see behind me. So you stay facing me, and I want to turn to the side, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one hand. You can use your fist or you can use your flat palm. It really doesn't matter. I think I'm going to use my fist just because, I don't know, just because that's what I feel like today. So I want you to put one hand on the side of your spine, okay? So you don't want the hand on the spine at all. You want it on the side of the spine. And we've got this big bone here, and it's kind of going to go right above that bone, so the fleshy part of the back. And then my other hand is going to go on the other side, the fleshy part of the back. Again, you can have those palms open if you prefer it, or you can have the fist. Either is fine. All right, so that's step one. Shoulders are down, heart is lifted. Now all you're going to do is you're going to push with your hands forward. So notice what's happening to my hips. My hips are tilting, aren't they? And now I'm looking up. So my heart is opening. I'm getting a little back bend. My belly is tight. My hips are tilted forward. It's quite a stretch. You may not feel too much right now, but here, hang on. All right, are you ready? Take it nice and gentle. We're going to release. Now we're going to come back into that child's pose, and I bet you feel it now. Come into that child's pose. My hands are resting on my thighs. My belly's going to fall kind of between my legs, and then I'm going to tuck my chin, let your head fall in child's pose. Do you feel the stretch now? It feels like you worked that back, didn't it? Yeah. All right, tuck your chin and roll it up slowly. Okay, and we're going to do that again, all right? Do you kind of feel it now? Put those hands, and maybe you try it with the open palms this time. I don't care, right? It's all good. The first thing I want you to do, though, is press forward first. So you kind of feel those hips thrusting forward. You're creating just a slight back bend. It's a very, very small, subtle back bend. Now, here's where you really get the opening of the heart. Pull those shoulders down and back and lift up, look up towards the ceiling, kind of where the ceiling and the wall meet. Don't let that head fall. Breathe. One more breath here. All right, first of all, we're going to pull the belly in. We're going to begin to round that spine, and we're going to come back into that child's pose. So my hands are just hanging out here between my thighs. I'm letting my heart fall. Now, if you want a little bit more, you can let your hands fall towards the floor. It's okay, but it's just up to you, right? So here I am in an extended seated child's pose. Let your head fall. Don't hold the head. One more breath. We're going to tuck our chin, and we're going to roll it up nice and slow. Your head is the last thing to come up. And release. Okay, we're going to do one final thing before we finish up this segment. So I'm coming way forward in the seat of my chair, okay? And I'm going to heel toe my feet nice and wide. Kind of what feels good to you. Yeah, there's not like a set amount of space that this needs to be. All right, so kind of what we were doing with our child's pose, that this is going to be wide-legged. We're going to come forward. We're going to place those hands here on those thighs, and we're going to let that heart fall forward. Now, if this works for you, you're going to hang out right there and just feel great. It's good. It's a nice stretch. If you're with me and you feel okay, peek at me real quick here. Let's go ahead and look up at me, and I just want to show you what we're going to do. So all Rag Dog is doing, we're in that forward fold. We're going to grab our elbows. And so what happens when you're inverted and you have those elbows, it kind of pulls. Gravity is helping pull you down. It's just a nice stretch. Then we'll nod our head, and we'll shake our head no, and we'll nod our head yes, okay? All right, are we ready? Here we go. Down into that forward fold. I'm holding on. If you are so inclined, take your hands and place them on the floor. Let your head fall. Now, I'm going to reach up and I'm going to grab my elbows. Remember, I showed you how that. Now, I don't know about you, but I immediately feel my back stretching more. Go ahead and nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Hang out just a couple more breaths. Place your hands on the floor, and we're going to roll up slowly. You can walk your hands up your legs if you want to, right? If you want to support that low back, that's fine. We're going to come all the way up to seated. We're going to bring our legs together. How's everybody feeling? Good? All right, we're going to finish up now. Let's take that right knee. We're going to open it up nice and wide. Feel that inner thigh stretch. Now, the main thing to remember in our half Lord of the Fishes pose is that we don't want this knee to fold in. It's going to want to, but I want you to really try hard not to let it. All right, let's take this arm, this left arm, bring it all the way across your body. You're going to grab your chair, lift the crown of the head towards the ceiling, and then you're going to look over the back of your chair. Let's release that and do it one more time. Come all the way across your chair, lift and twist. and release. Crescent lunge, knee towards the floor. Push the foot behind you. Lift your heart up. One final heart opening while we're here. Let's lift that heart up. Feel that stretch. Let's release it. And we're going to do that one more time. Here we go. Back of the kneecap to the ceiling. Lift that heart up. And if you want to add those arms, you can. It's your choice. Squeezing, looking up. One more breath and release. Let's face forward. We're going to extend that leg out in front of us, toes to the ceiling. Lift the heart up and let the heart fall forward. If you want to use that strap, go for it. I'm not going to this time, but if you want to, it's great. Let's go ahead and lift the heart up, and we're going to do that one more time. Don't forget to extend first. Then, keeping the back flat, let the heart fall forward. And release. Good job. Okay, we're going to do our pigeon pose now. So remember, if you cross ankle to ankle, that's great. But I want you to leave this leg right where it is. Don't bring that foot in, okay? Keep that leg out and cross. Or if you're with me, I'm going to cross my ankle onto my knee, all right? Now, I'm going to extend my spine long. I don't know about you, but I'm already feeling the stretch right here. And this may be all you want. If you want a little more, you're just going to let your heart fall forward. So it's totally your choice, right? If you stay lifted, heart lifted, or let the heart fall forward. If you keep the back flat, you're going to maximize the stretch. Go ahead and lift it up. And let's just flutter that butterfly today. All right, let's do that again. Extend the spine long and let the heart fall forward. If you want to press gently on that knee, go for it. You can even put your elbow there and put your chin on those fingers and press. It's all good, right? It's a good option. Let's release that and let's flutter that butterfly again. We're going to do it one more time. You've got options. And you can even, if you like it, you can extend those arms out towards the wall in front of you and then let them fall towards the floor. It's a good option if you like it. Go for it. If you want to keep your hands on the thighs, go for it. If you've got choices. That's all I'm saying. And up we go. Very good. Let's put that leg down and move to the other side. Open that knee nice and wide. Remember, keep this knee open. Right hand is going to come all the way across our body. We're going to grab the chair, crown of the head to the ceiling, turn and look over the back of your chair. And let's release that, and we're going to do that again. Bring that hand across your body, lift and twist. And release. Very good. Crescent lunge. Knee to the floor. Press the foot back if you like it. Heart is lifted. We're breathing into the stretch. We're really warm so we can maximize the stretch in the front of that leg. Let's release it and then let's do that again. Adding those arms if you like it. Squeezing the shoulder blades behind us. One final heart opener today. We have worked so hard. Beautiful. One more breath and release and face forward. Pyramid pose. Extend that leg in front of you, toes to the ceiling. Lift and hinge. And remember, if you want to grab your strap and use that, do it. Let's lift that heart up and we're going to do that one more time. Extend and hinge. This would be your exhale if you want to add that breath. Oh, yeah. After that downward facing puppy, we may have a little more availability in those hamstrings today. All right, let's come up to pigeon pose. Did y'all like downward facing puppy? I love that one. All right, remember, you can be here or you can have that ankle on that knee. Extend and hinge. And up we go, and let's flutter that butterfly. Let's do that again. Extend and hinge, and if you want to press gently on that knee, you can. You can even put that elbow there if you like it. And release it, and let's flutter that butterfly. And our final version. Extend up first, and maybe you bring those hands out to the wall in front of you and then down to the floor if you like that version. That's a great version. If you don't like that version, pick a different one. And release. All right. Let's go ahead and sit back in our chair. Place your hands lightly on your thighs. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. A deep breath in. And on this exhalation, close your eyes. Flip your palms to the ceiling. Do what you can. You may not have much time to get it done, yet you do have some time. Use the time you have. You may not get it perfect, yet you can get it done. Do what you can, the best you can, with the time and resources available. You may not be able to think of the cleverest way to say what you want to say, yet you do have the opportunity to say something. Say what you mean to say in whatever way you think to say it. Let the desire for excellence drive you to do your best work, but don't let it become an excuse for you to avoid the work. The highest commitment to excellence is meaningless if you don't do anything to express that excellence. Do the work, bring that excellence into being at whatever level you can. Every stretch of time, every situation, every challenge, every desire is an opportunity to make a difference. Though it may not be perfect, use what you have and do what you can. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up with your right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with your hands and give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with your left hand. Give the head a gentle tug, pressing that right hand down towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. Remember, go to Bottoms Down Chair Yoga on YouTube. Click on that subscribe button. Leave me a comment, and I will see you next time.